Welcome back to Conspiracy Corner, ladies and gentlemen, where we get to talk about the crazy stuff that goes under the radar that people are afraid to talk about, nervous to talk about, or just don't know to talk about. I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And we have CP back in the building.
Nice. Yeah. Real air horns.
Don't sound like fat people hiccups.
Hey man, that indigestion be real, boy. I've never had to take Tums this much in my life, boy. I gotta.
I've been Tums the fuck out recently, bro.
Oh, I be in them bitches like sunflower seeds.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Nah, man. Got to cut back on that acidic food, man. That red sauce pasta, that pizza, all the orange juice.
Sidewalk chalk before I stop eating the good shit.
I used to be able to eat red sauce with tacos and stuff. That's a thing of the past now.
Bro, I try my best to avoid all spicy food. If I'm getting wings, I'm typically getting garlic parm, some lemon pepper, or I'll do like original hot so it's not too spicy. But spicy foods, shit always tastes good going in. That come out though, that motherfucker gonna flip every table on the way out. That shit hurts, baby. Well, today we got another amazing story. This is another one that's kind of not as popular as the other ones. We've been doing really hard trying to find the not so popular conspiracy theories and stories. So this one today is kind of creepy. Pat, what we got?
Yeah, this one is definitely creepy. It is more known because it has been adapted into a project, but this one is called the Mothman Prophecies. The Mothman Prophecies revolve around a series of bizarre sightings of a winged humanoid creature in the vicinity of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. A lot of shit in West Virginia going on. This was during the 1960s. The creature known as the Mothman, he's described as a large, dark figure with glowing red eyes and enormous wings. Witnesses reported encountering the Mothman in and around the abandoned West Virginia Ordnance Works, which is a former World War II munitions plant. The Mothman sightings coincided with a period of high strangeness in Point Pleasant, marked by unusual phenomena such as mysterious lights in the sky, electrical disturbances, and psychic premonitions. Some witnesses claimed to have received telepathic messages or experienced vivid nightmares, which is warning them of impending disasters. The most infamous incident associated with the Mothman Prophecies occurred on December 15th, 1967, when the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed during rush hour, resulting in the deaths of 46 people. This tragedy fueled speculation that the Mothman was a harbinger of doom, appearing to warn of impending disasters. So I guess they see him and then some crazy shit happens. Author John Keel chronicled the events surrounding the Mothman sightings in his book, The Mothman Prophecies, which delves into the strange occurrences and the psychological impact they had on the residences of Point Pleasant. The Mothman legend has since become a cultural phenomenon, inspiring numerous books, films, and documentaries, and attracting curiosity seekers and paranormal enthusiasts to the area. Not only that, he's actually been sighted in Chicago, in the Chicago area, which led to the speculation about the existence of a Chicago Mothman, which I think it would be the same one, but why not? These sightings began surfacing in the early 2010s and have continued sporadically since then, attracting the attention of local residents, paranormal investigators, and enthusiasts. Apparently, the Chicago Mothman is similar to the original Mothman in West Virginia. It's a large winged humanoid with glowing red eyes, and witnesses claim to have encountered the creature in various locations throughout Chicago, including parks, wooded areas, and even urban neighborhoods. He's been sighted flying around the city's lakefront, and it's generated a bunch of media coverage and sparked curiosity among the public. We could pop up one of those photos of what we think he looks like. It's crazy, like with all these camera phones, you'd think that you would see a bunch of photos, but he got his own statue. He got his own statue and everything. This is crazy to me. You said MF Doom?
I'm like MF Doom in the face a little bit.
What's crazy about this is that we've only heard about, or I've only heard about aliens that had like ships and technology. This was like the first one that I've seen that like was actually like naturally flying, which I don't even really know how to process that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things that takes me back to the principles, right? Like it's like if you look at what humans are, we're like the top of the primate area, quote unquote, right? Based on the DNA that we share with certain primates, like we're like the creme de la creme of what a primate, quote unquote, on this planet can be or would be, right? And that is, you know, the humanoid version. If you look at like everything has a humanoid. Like all these conspiracies have like, so this is like a humanoid moth or humanoid bird. There's a humanoid bear or humanoid, you know, like sloth type of Bigfoot type of thing. And so what I'm realizing is that what if we're the humanoid primate planet? There could be a humanoid lion planet. There could be a humanoid lizard. Because, you know, like they say like the reptilians are the humanoid lizards. Right. And so I think that the humanoid form is like the final form for some of these. It's like Pokemon almost. Like this is like we're like the end form. And I feel like a lot of these things like the Mothman and things like that are really just like different like things that we can't even fathom being humanoided. Right. Like if you look at ancient Egypt, some of the ancient deities were like humanoid birds and
all of them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I immediately thought of Egypt when you said that. I never heard about anybody say that because all of their depictions was like a dog humanoid. You know, like they had owls too. So that's kind of a crazy thought that every animal could potentially have that version.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because we were talking about in the last episode how lazy some of the cover-ups are. They pretty much said that this is just some type of bird or owl, and people are just seeing it wrong. But if we pulled up that first photo, it's just like, who's going for that?
Yeah, like, hey, that bitch has knees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has knees. I'm like, hey, what are we talking about right now? But if you notice, a lot of the people who were in the that's that Rush Hour Bridge collapse.
Yep. Whoa.
So here's the thing. Think about this. A lot of the people who were like around, let's say during the Roswell or during some of the early, like these are jobs that have a very, very low turnover rate. Like these guys are getting old. Those same cover-ups, they're not working anymore because back when there was no internet and there was no pictures of stuff, it was like it was a bird, it was an owl. Now you could be like, nigga, it was an owl. You think you saw a person and nobody knows. But those are the same people telling us to do cover-ups. Now look at, you know, like Joe Biden and all these old government people who they're gonna be there till they die. We don't have no new Men in Black type of people. At least from what I can gather, these are the same folks who's still trying to ask one of them guys about the moon landing. They're gonna be like, oh man, well, you know, listen, hey, look, the bottom line is, you know what I'm saying? It's like they have nothing to say because they don't even know what to say because it's like these are just old men.
Man, don't get me on the moon landing, bro, because I got so many questions about that shit. It was such a race for every country to get to the moon first, but it's like, why? And then we go to the moon, supposedly, collect some rocks, supposedly, and never go back.
Right.
We've never been back to the moon. Why the fuck haven't we ever been? We're stuck on trying to get to Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. We sending rovers to Mars. We've never seen the dark side of the moon,
bro.
Why y'all so pumped to try to get to Mars? And then it makes me think about did everybody see Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey? And so how he was trying to go to different planets to see if it was sustainable for human life. What if the aliens are just doing the exact same thing? What if their planet is dying? They can't grow any crops. Dust and famine is taking over their world. So they're just out looking for new worlds. Now, Interstellar, what they were doing didn't seem scary. It was just like, man, we got to find somewhere to save our civilization, to save our race, right? What if the aliens are looking at it the same way, and we've just created this narrative like they're coming to destroy us and take over our world? But they're like, bro, we can coexist. Our shit just dying. We just got to find somewhere to move our people. We just trying to save our people.
Two things. Number one, you ever like flying from coast to coast and look out the window and see how much space in the United States that we don't even use for shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could easily give them a fucking Montana to chill in. You know what I'm saying? Like, without no fucking issue, right? So there's that. But then there's also been a conspiracy about how the moon, we go back to the moon quite often, according to some theorists. There's also bases on the moon, similar to like, you ever be in DC and you drive down the street and you see like, oh, there's the Japanese ambassador. There's the Tokyo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they have, according to some theorists, the moon is like a big ass Costco for all of these the planets in our solar system. The dark side of the moon has bases on it from not only just every country, but also other planets. We are dealing with other aliens, other species on the moon, and the shit that we're harvesting is crazy. Body parts. Like, the part of the treaty said that they can abduct a certain number of people, and the government has to turn their back on it, right? Now, the reason why that sounds crazy is because look at like the Mayans and ancient like civilizations like that. They used to do blood sacrifices, right? To the gods, quote unquote. Now, when we think that, we think, all right, sacrifice a body, bam, cut their neck, they dead right there, drink the blood, whatever you're gonna do, and then that's just them. But what if they were coming to get this shit?
That would make more sense.
Were coming to get these bodies, and we're thinking that it's symbolic when it really is. They were giving these niggas people so that they could, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like sacrificing something and then it not getting used is kind of weird to me. I always thought, like, you know, they said Abraham was gonna sacrifice his son to God. Like, was God gonna come scoop the nigga up, or he was gonna be on top of the mountain just dead? And Abraham did that just for nothing. I'm thinking that they had to actually be giving these entities, these people, and these bodies and these souls. And right now, from what I heard, that's what they're doing on the moon. People go missing, they ass is getting shipped to the fucking moon, and their body parts are being harvested for other races of aliens.
Well, that would make sense why all these random like civilizations on different parts of the world were all making similar like structures, you know, like they didn't have any contact with each other, but for some reason they were all making these pyramids and all of these like basically these structures for the gods that all look the same. Like there was some type of instruction or some type of like common source that was giving these different civilizations the same information, but they didn't know each other, you know? So, and one of the, like this crazy thing that I learned is that every pyramid on that was made back then is lined up to some type of celestial star. So I don't know if it's like a map or something like that, but I never thought of like sacrifices as being literal, like here you go. And then they're just like, okay, now we can experiment. Because another thing is that sacrifices aside, everybody who says they've been abducted, it's always the same thing. They always wake up on some type of medical table. Like it's always experiments. It's always like, you know, something cutting into your body. Like it's always about our body parts, you know, which is weird that's like the one thing that's this like similar to not only like people who have been abducted, but sacrifices on pyramids back then. That's just crazy.
We could very well be the perfect storm. Humans could be the perfect DNA storm. Like we could be like I think that like, you know, other races, you know, just like that alien that couldn't move deliberately. Right, like you know, they say that it would move slow, and it's like when you think about that, then you think about if that bitch could run like Barry Sanders, it would love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like if it could, you know, like they have technology, but we have bodies. Like our bodies are technology. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if Tahir is hella surprised or like feeling it or froze.
He might be frozen. It gets funnier as it goes this time. But no, you might be right. you might be right, because low key, that might be how lab rats feel. You know, like lab rats just be out, rats just be out and about, but then we cultivate some just to learn about our bodies. And they probably wouldn't believe each other if they were like, bro, I was in this fucking white ass place. This nigga with a lab coat picked me up and started doing shit. He put me in a maze, and all the other rats are like, man, never mind.
But no, Pat, you on to something, because think about this. Dimensionally speaking, like rats are aware of us, but they're not even aware of us for real. Rats, their eyes are down here. They're focused on what rats are doing, while we are way towering above them, doing whatever we doing. Could pick one up, could kill one, could step on one. Right. And I think that when you look at it like that, now you look at there being something above us going on that we can't even fathom.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, that's damn near the same story as a human getting abducted. They were just like, I was by myself in a remote place. Some weird shit happened. All of a sudden, I was in this medical place, and you know, it's kind of like a similar story. So it's not that far fetched for aliens to be doing that to us, because, like you said, like we could just be the perfect technology, and they're just like, okay, for sure. Because honestly, every depiction that people describe of an alien, it seems like we're better. Like, they might have the technology and stuff, but it seems like they got big ass heads. They be short, they be tall and skinny. Like, it seems like our bodies are better than theirs.
I think that we have a fun existence, and I think that from what I've gathered, based on, and I could be wrong, right? Because I think that who we send out to space is our astronauts, right? Big ass suits, big ass, you know what I'm saying? But like, if they at the crib, these niggas got on hoop shorts. They just regular people, fleshy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? I think that, like, you know, when they're where they're from, they could be in a different form. And the ones that we see, right? Now, mind you, you know that they say that there's a race of aliens that is like Black African people. You heard about that?
I never heard about black aliens.
So they say that these are the people who are driving the Tic Tacs.
What's Tic Tacs?
You know, the Tic Tac, the Tic Tac UFO that like changed the whole game, because they got actual footage of it, but it's making maneuvers. This is what started the UAP shit. When you started,
this isn't the saucers.
Yeah, it's not a saucer. It's like a cylinder, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but they had one that's 2 miles long. Now, 2 miles long seems big for a vehicle for us, but 2 miles long for a vehicle that's interstellar, you know, that's not really that big at all. It was 2 miles long. They said that about 100, like a couple hundred African looking dudes came off of this spaceship. They were all dumb tall, dumb built, and the word that they used was, this looks like a race of people who were never conquered. If that makes sense to you.
Sorry, guys.
They
That's
over there.
scary as hell.
They at the Tahir house right now.
Tahir was just replaced.
Yeah.
With a clone.
Oh shit. That's not Tahir. That's a far-fetched freckle monster.
We can't hear you, Tahir. Your mic is on.
That was the creepiest shit, bro. We talking about that type of stuff, and then my internet just shuts down, bro. I hardwired into the computer, and it just shut down. Nothing was working in the house. Like, I've never had no shit like that happen before.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that was very wild, bro.
They're watching. I ain't never heard of no African aliens. We got to put that on the list too, because I've only heard of the only ones that I heard that resembled a race of ours was the tall, pale white people.
And actually, the Anunnaki are supposed to resemble us as well.
They're
the ones. So the Anunnaki, the way that the story goes is that they came here and basically built the human race to be like workers and slaves to kind of build this world that we have. Like, they literally brought us down here, the whole Adam and Eve of it and all of that. They brought like a slave down here who was like a superhuman. These are like they're like way bigger than us, way stronger than us, and they made a sustainable, smaller, miniature version, which is us. And we kind of got out of hand and just took over this planet, like just kind of like a bunch of bunnies to start fucking and just start spreading, and you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But we were quote unquote brought here for that, which I don't necessarily know. I think that the fun about the conspiracies is the fact that 1% of truth in every 100 statements is enough to push forward the next thought. So you have to kind of make it through a bunch of bullshit, which I think has been put here purposely to confuse everybody. But you have to make it through all of that bullshit to get through one or two facts that prove to be like laws or principle within the universe.
I want to on one episode we got to do some conspiracy theories on weed, because even though I don't smoke it, the fact that weed has been proven to help people with what is it? What's the disease that makes you move uncontrollably? Is it MS or
Tourette's?
No,
Parkinson's.
How that it's been shown to help with that. How it's been shown to have benefits when people are dealing with cancer as an alternative to or in addition to chemotherapy. I don't know how, but I low key feel like weed is going to be a super drug in the near future. Like, I don't know, maybe 100 years when the technology catches up with it, because it's just linked to too much stuff. The fact that you can put it in food, the fact that you can make oil out of it, you can make tea out of it. It just seems like a super fuel or food that we have not even tapped the surface on, like not even scraped the full surface and the full potential of it, because it's just, it seems like it has too many applicable options to our lives for it not to be something so useful for us.
You ever think about this? Have we tried to smoke every plant yet? I feel like it's a lot of shit.
There's a lot of stuff we haven't tried.
Yeah, it's like, bro, weed could be like the fucking appetizer to the real shit. Like, yeah, weed. Have you did that bush? You fuck with that bush?
Cactus and shit.
Yeah, it's like, bro, have we tried to do everything? Poison ivy? Have you rolled up any ivy and went crazy?
Your hands are all fucked up.
That'd be wild as hell to smoke some poison ivy. Your lungs start itching from the inside out, nigga. That'd be horrible.
Ooh, that sounds horrible.
I know.
I can't get to it.
That's how you get your chest. You just start shredding up, blending the poison ivy with the weed, and you ship it out, and that's how you kill your enemies from the inside out.
That's crazy.
That'd be crazy. Listen, we're gonna jump up out of here, man. We're gonna get ready. Thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got some crazy conspiracy corner theories, excuse me, throw those in the comments as well. Shut up, CP. Just let it go, bro. Hippie, cut that part out. I'm gonna start again. Thank y'all so much.
Conspiracy therapy.
She said never.
Conspiracy therapies.
I just chewed some poison ivy, cuz stall me out. If you guys got any crazy conspiracy theories, throw them in the comments. Some that we haven't heard, we would definitely love those. So if you heard anything about weed conspiracy theories, throw those in there as well. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.